Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Monday Project meeting. It is November 11th, and we are coming to you live from Air Mozilla and YouTube. We've got a great set of updates coming to you from across the Mozilla Project. We're going to open with Friends of Mozilla. I've got one this week. Firefox turned 15 years old over the weekend, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone that's worked so hard over the years building the world's best browser. From the early teams that laid the technology and process foundations, starting in 1998, to the handful of developers that started the Firefox browser itself, to the many more developers who have built 70 versions of the browser since its initial release, to the L10N community that's translated Firefox into nearly 100 languages, and so many others that I don't have time to call out specifically, but thank you all for building a browser that puts people at the center of the web. And here's to the next 15 years. With that, we move on to the calendar for the week. Wednesday, November 13th, we have the Homebrew Website Club, which is a growing worldwide network of meetups for everyone who wants to take back their web experience from social media silos and own their online identities, content, and interactions. We've got 3 Homebrew Website Club events happening on Wednesday, and we've got another one happening next week on Thursday, November 21st. We also have Indie Web Camp Berlin 2 happening Saturday and Sunday, November 23rd and 24th. This is an all-levels bar camp-like collaboration hosted at Mozilla Berlin for 2 days, this is Saturday and Sunday, of roundtable sessions, brainstorming, creating, teaching, and a hackathon to help us all take back our data and lives on the web. Special guests, the opt-out misogyny blocking add-on team will be there to hack with us together towards a more civil and thoughtful social web, actively fighting against harassment and abuse online. Details and complimentary tickets are available from a link in the wiki document. If you've got any questions, ask the organizers, Yulia and Tantek on Slack. We also have, as usual, listed in the agenda, later events and available tickets. I won't go through this long list, but if you are interested in receiving complimentary tickets to Mozilla-sponsored events or attending any other Mozilla-sponsored events coming up in the next few months, you can check out the wiki page for a list of events and links to more information. And with that, we move on to our presenters for the week, and we start out with Andrew Krug coming to us with the IT Minute. Take it away, Andrew.
It's time for the Weekly Minute Update, where we tell you all the things IT is doing to empower Mozillians in their mission to keep the web a global public resource, open and accessible to all. Just 2 updates today from the AV team. First, the 2019 H2 Air Mozilla Satisfaction Survey closes at the end of this week. Take the 3-minute survey today. Your valuable feedback directly contributes to the development of an improved Air Mozilla experience for 2020. In Zoom news, through week 1, 43%, that's right, 43% of the MTV rooms have been converted to Zoom. On the radar for week 2, a full upgrade of the MTV Atom training facility and converting the MTV Commons to Zoom. The MTV Commons conversion to Zoom is a huge milestone, as it introduces reliable wireless content sharing with audio via desktop and mobile devices, making it easy for our staff to provide live demos. In addition, being 100% Zoom means higher quality content coming at you from HQ with no delays. For more on the MTV upgrade, check out the Mana page. That's the minute. I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Andrew. Please do take a moment to check out the show notes for the IT Minute and to respond to this 3-minute Air Mozilla survey. We'd like to see Air Mozilla improving in 2020, and one of the ways we're going to accomplish that is getting your feedback. Also, super excited to see the Zoom conversion underway. This will be our last meeting coming to you via video, the service that has some challenges, especially with screen sharing. Hopefully the Zoom conversion will make that all much better. Next up, we have Kelly Davis featuring Mozilla Text-to-Speech, coming to us with the emerging technology update from Berlin. Kelly, take it away.
Hello, I'm Kelly Davis. I'm manager of the machine learning team, and I'll let you hear our Mozilla TTS actually doing most of the work.
Local languages first. A major part of our enthusiasm for developing open source speech technologies Like our deep speech recognition engine and common voice open data platform is that they can help communities create leading-edge voice experiences in the languages that mean most to those communities, not just the ones that represent the largest commercial interests. Te Hiku Media, a non-profit New Zealand organization, has been a contributing partner in our voice and speech work as part of their commitment to the revitalization of Maori language and culture. They recently won a 13 million New Zealand dollar award to build a multilingual, natural language processing platform for many languages, starting with Te Reo Maori, the Maori language. Some of that grant will go to funding additional deep speech developers, as a component of that platform. Congratulations Te Hiku Media. Tech Speakers Meetup. Mozilla Tech Speakers had their second 2019 meetup in Singapore the weekend of November 2nd and 3rd, with 28 volunteer evangelists from across Asia, Australia, and India plus a few other countries getting feedback from coaches on their lightning talks, attending workshops on voice technologies and developer tools, and having a professional photo taken for their bios. All those great tech speakers talks we hear about every week at the Mozilla Project call, and appreciate so very much take a lot of work behind the scenes to master new technologies, hone speaking skills, and share knowledge across the global tech speakers community.
Thank you. That's all I want to say.
Next up, we have me, Asa Dossler, coming to you with the Firefox update. Firefox 70.0.1 is our current stable release. There are currently no drivers for a 70.0.2, which is nice. Firefox 71 is in the beta channel, and that ships to our stable release on December 3rd. Betas 9 and 10 of 12 total go out this week. Remember that this is the first of our shortening cycles on the way to a 4-week cycle. Firefox 72 is in the nightly channel, and that ships to our stable release on January 7th. Over the last week, there have been about 440 fixes landed in nightly, including these notable ones I've harvested from the changelog. The celebration section of the protections panel didn't highlight properly on keyboard focus, and that's now fixed. When you reach certain milestones of trackers blocked, you get a little notice in the protections panel celebrating, say, 10,000 trackers blocked or 25,000 trackers blocked, and that's now properly keyboard accessible. The megabar, which is now behind the About Config pref, has improved selection highlighting. The font weight of the page title and address is now heavier. The megabar also received a change to spacing between results. To see these changes, you'll have to enable it in About Config by setting the browser.urlbar.megabar preference to true. The Pocket proxy server is now fully open source. The proxy service sits between Firefox and the AdZerk ad server. Its purpose is to preserve the privacy of Firefox clients when they request sponsored content for the Firefox new tab. You can find in the notes to this presentation, you can find a link to the bug and to the GitHub source repo. A bug was fixed that allowed malicious sites to use auth prompts to steal focus and make it difficult to close the web browser or tab. This was a bug that sites would use to scam Firefox users by locking up their browser and telling them to call 800 support numbers that would then charge them for fixing their tech support issues and similar. So nice to see that bug resolved as fixed. As we do every 2 weeks, last Tuesday, the Firefox team met and discussed a wide range of Firefox changes that happened over the previous 2 weeks. You can read the These Weeks in Firefox blog posts, which summarize these meetings, at the Firefox Nightly News blog, and the raw meeting notes are available in a Google Doc linked in the show notes. I'd like to highlight several items from this latest Firefox meeting that weren't previously mentioned in my Firefox weekly updates. I don't cover everything for Firefox each week, but these 2-week Firefox dev meetings do go into quite a bit of detail, so I encourage you to check out the blog posts. Support for Fission and DevTools started with enabling the browser toolbox to inspect and debug multiple processes. This work is happening behind the pref devtools.browsertoolbox.fission. The new Omniscient Browser Toolbox will be enabled by default once its dependency tree is cleared. Also in DevTools, the debugger's new watchpoint features, which lets you pause on an object property get set, is on by default in Nightly and Dev Edition. There's a new track IPC feature off by default in the Firefox Profiler, so you can turn that on in the capture panel to track async IPC. For a perf boost, we no longer animate restored windows of the last session. And last but not least, we launched a couple of what we're calling relationship CFRs. CFR is the contextual feature recommender that will recommend Firefox features based on the context of your browsing. And right now we have two new recommendations, one for Firefox Send and one for, this is a little confusing, for Send Tab. And the Send Tab recommendation comes up when you're viewing an article or a recipe website and suggests that you might want to send this to your alternative devices, your mobile or tablet device. That's it for the Firefox update this week. I'm going to do a quick reload of the agenda to see if any other speakers have come on, and it doesn't look like it. So with that, we move to the concluding section of our weekly meeting, our welcome section. And we have an introduction coming to us from Jesh in SFO.
Can you see me? Hi, everybody. I'm Joshua. I'm the backend lead for Pocket. This is Kelvin Yoboa. He's joining us from New York, so if you see him around the office, feel free to say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome, Kelvin.
Thank you.
Exciting to see Pocket further building out their team. One quick refresh to see if anything else has come on. It doesn't look like it. So with that, we are all wrapped up for the week. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Until then, keep on rocking the free web.